Hello, my favorite crafters. It's Tammy at Creative Girl Vintage, and we're going to be crafting today a Happy Easter bunny tag. And this is just layered with so much goodness. We've got some coffee-dyed shabby fabric, a beautiful lace here with daisies. There's an image of a bunny that's from a vintage postcard, more vintage lace, some pink velvet, the words Happy Easter, some pretty white velvet draping here. But I think the star of this tag has to be this beautiful pink crocheted rose, which I rescued from a vintage doily. So what I have for you here today, and I know you guys really like this, in my Etsy shop, link is below. I have a bunny bundle here that everything you need to make this tag is in this bundle. I only have 23 of them, you guys. I'll explain later. Don't leave yet. I also have a new crafting stash sheet, which is bunnies and birds and spring and all kinds of Easter goodness. So if you leave right now, please pause this video so you can come right back, because I certainly don't want you to miss when we make this tag today. It is so sweet. So let's get started. I just love the sweetness of Easter and spring, don't you? It's like, today it's a little warmer here. All the birds are singing. It's so beautiful. It's like a time of renewal. I love that. So anyway, I want to tell you, if you do grab a bunny bundle, this video will serve as a tutorial for this tag kit, okay? And otherwise, you know, you might have some good stash of your own and you just want to put something pretty together. So this video will serve as just inspiration to get out the good stuff and start crafting. So first of all, I wanted to show you, in the bunny bundle is, of course, the cardstock tag, and it's complete and ready to go. But I thought, if those of you, if you've never made tags before, I was going to show you what I use and how easy it is to do. And we're going to start with a piece of cardstock, which I cut 3 inches by 5, but that's totally up to you. You can make this as small or as big as you want. Totally your choice on that. But what I like to use for these is, this is the craft paper, and it's 110 pounds. It's very heavy. It's like, you'll be very pleased with the strength of this. And I find this at Michael's, okay? So I think it's like $15.99 or something like that for 100 sheets. And if you got a coupon, all the better. So starting out with my 3x5, I've got a little corner punch here. This is a really fun little tool to have. It makes really nice little corners. It has 3 different sizes. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pick the bigger size for today. And I'm just going to line up the corner of my tag right here with the little corner you can see right inside of there. And you just punch. When I first started doing this, I had this facing like this direction. I'd put this in and I'd try to fit it in. Sometimes I wouldn't get a very good punch on the corner. And so I figured out that, you know, putting it this way so you can kind of see what's going on is much easier. Line your corner just right up and you get it right every time. Okay, so I really like that little tool. And then, of course, we punch a hole in our tag. And this tag, since it was 3 inches, I'm just going to get my ruler out and measure the 1.5 and just put a little pencil mark there. So I get in the corner, so I get right in the center instead of being off to the sides. You know, I'm always like eyeballing things. So I'm like, okay, no, let's center this up good. And also, if I'm making a lot of these, I'll go ahead and punch this out and use this as a template and then lay it on the others, you know, so I can mark them. And it goes a lot quicker than bringing your ruler out every time. When I first started doing tags, I was just using this little hole punch. It's just your standard office supply hole punch, okay? This thing is fine if you're making one tag. If you're making a lot, it will absolutely kill your hands before it's over with. I mean, I felt like I was like my hands were like crippled by the time I got done using this. So I upgraded my game a bit and I invested in the crocodile. And several things about this that were so great. I mean, even with this heavy cardstock, you can have like 5 sheets of this and you can punch right through it. It's very easy to handle. It's really, really comfortable on the hands. It has a little adjustable thing here for depth. So, you know, if you want to go in, you can be the right depth every single time and get it right every time. For me, though, I just like to make my little pencil mark and go in and do my punch. So when I first got this, you know, I put it in here. I'm like, okay, I can't see where this is going to punch. I could see my little mark and I could put it there, but I don't know, is it going to hit or not? And I hated this thing. I'm like, I spent all this money on this and I can't even see. So I went back and read the reviews. One of the reviewers said, there's this little tab right up here at the top. Open it up. This is actually where the little waste goes, all the little holes. So it's like a little garbage can in there to you know, open up and dump out. But if you can see inside there, you can see right through and there's your hole. So when I lined this up, I had my hole right there. I could see my pencil mark and I just did my, you know, my little hole punch right there. So I don't know why that's, oh, there we go. Yeah, these little things will get caught up in there too. That's one of the things I didn't really love about it either. But if you're going to do a lot of this and you want to save your hands, it's just worth investing in the right tools. So I'll link both of these things below for you if that's something you want to just go over and look at. The next thing I would do is grab one of these little hole reinforcers, okay? And this here is in that same craft color. And I couldn't find these like at Office Supply or anything like that, but I did find them on Etsy. And so I'll put a link to that shop below too, if that's something you're looking for. So there you have like a really nice tag. And like I said, it's your choice. You can make this any size you want for any project that you have in mind. Okay, one of the first things I like to do when I'm making any kind of tags is put a hanger on my tag, because sometimes when you're just layering things on your tag, you can kind of cover up your hole and then you're like, oh, can't even put a hanger on there anymore. So this is a piece of vintage lace. Everything that I will be using right now to put this together is in the bundle. So I'm just going to take and fold my lace in half and stick it through my hole right there. Open up and take these 2 little ends and just pull through here. And we've got a hanger in place. I love this lace. I found it at the flea market a really long time ago, and it was a big roll of it. And I've just been using it and loving it ever since. Okay, our tag is ready. We can just set that aside. Let's go ahead and take care of our little bunny image right now. Let's cut him out. I think I'm just going to be using my little small cutter bee scissors here for this. This is the little Happy Easter, which I made this with like a coffee dyed background. See, I didn't get that very straight. You can make this as big or as little as you want it to, so that's totally up to you. And then our bunny, let's get him cut out. It's a great little bunny from a vintage postcard. Very cute. And also, if you're not doing a bundle and you just really like this bunny image for some other project, that sheet I showed you when we first started the video, here we go. It has the same bunny on it, facing 2 different directions, even a little baby version. This little guy is just kind of a little collage I made, and a lot of the little Happy Easter tags are on there too. So that's always another option. It's not a digital download. It is an actual physical sheet printed on cardstock that you purchase from my shop. So it's just ready to cut out when you get it. It also has a piece of pastel cardstock on the back. So if you want to make your images sturdier, you have the extra paper to do it. If this is your first time to watch me crafting, I use a lot of paper, and I like to make my cardstock images a lot sturdier. Like if you're making an ornament or something like that, In this case, since we're gluing right down to the tag, I'm not going to do that. But if you'd like to see the process, I'll link a video below, and it'll show you how I like to make my paper a lot stronger. Those of you who watch me all the time, you know what I'm doing. You've probably watched me do it 50 times. Okay, whoops, that could have went in the garbage real easy. Okay, now this is totally optional, and you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to get out my Ranger Distress ink in my tea dye color here, and I just always love the way this enhances these paper pieces. You can see it just makes everything pop. See how pretty that is? And it's just going to add another layer of vintageness to this adorable vintage bunny. It just makes the color come out. Also, I know I've mentioned this before. You're seeing me go like this, okay? My ink is really old and really getting weak. This is brand new. This is a brand new ink pad you open and you do this and you go like this, you're going to have a big giant square, or depending on if you're using the round one of these, right in the middle of your work. So if you have a new ink pad here, just proceed with caution. Maybe work yourself onto it a little bit from a piece of scrap paper. This is how I'll usually do it. And instead of just like, you know, smearing it right on that poor guy's face. And then you're like, oh, what have I done? Believe me, I've done it. That's why I know. That's why I know to tell you. Okay. Now, so what we're going to do is, let's just start layering this up. I've got a really beautiful piece of coffee dyed fabric here. I did a very light coffee dye on this. I like dark, grungy coffee dyed stuff, but on this project, I thought it needed to be just a little bit softer. This is a pretty good size piece in here. I did a 5x7 piece in this bundle, so you'll have some extra. You can put this on here wherever you want. I like a little bit of extra. So I like a little extra just coming off around the edges. And let me take my scissors and put a little snip right there. And this is the best way to do your fabric right here. Okay. And you get the little frayed edges, and it's always straight every time you do that. You got a little bit extra here to use on another project. Okay, so lay that there, and I'm going to grab my glue stick, and I've used Fabrifix or my hot glue gun under here before, and you're going to see all of the marks from the glue. So just using my glue stick, I'm just going to go around here, being careful not to touch my table, and just adding a little on there just to tack this fabric on. Lay it right down like so. Okay, there's like one layer. Next, this is so pretty, isn't it? This little piece of lace here with the daisies. And I thought that was pretty to layer on right there. Now at this point, you can use your you can use the Fabrifix, you can use your glue stick, you can use your hot glue, whatever you want on here. I'm going to put a little bit of this glue stick right here and lay this right here. It'll tack right down. Okay. And then I've got another piece of vintage lace, which I thought would go pretty right there. So we're just layering things up here. Here, let me just go ahead. Since I got the glue stick out, let's just stick with it. Okay. And anytime, if you feel like something's not sticking down as nice as you'd want it to, grab some Fabrifix glue or grab your glue gun and you can get it all down. Okay. And then I have this little tiny pink strip of velvet. So let's put a little bit of glue stick on that. That's so sticky. Okay. There's another layer right there. And how about our bunny? and our Happy Easter. Little cutouts right there. Here, let's put Happy Easter on there. That seems to be the best one to go on next. Happy Easter right there. And you know what? I can't resist. I can't resist. I've got to get my glue gun out at least one time. So I'm just going to glue gun the back of my bunny. And I'm going to lay him on this layer right here of daisy lace. Okay. Now, this is a piece of white. Oh, wait. Hold on. Bunny's tail. We can't forget that, can we? Little pom-pom. Let's put a little bit of hot glue on there and put that pom-pom right on that bunny's tail. So cute. Okay, back to the velvet. All right, this is a little bit of velvet trim, and this is in white. And I'm just going to tie this in a bow. And what I'm going for here is I just kind of want this to just lay here and just sort of drape down. See, it's just kind of drapey. So I'm going to put this right here, kind of close to where his hand is. Just a little dot of glue there. And then we can just trim off some of the excess, but leave some of this draping down, right like that. All right, now, the reason I told you why I only had 23 of these in my shop, 23 of these bundles, is because you know how it is with the vintage. We don't have an unlimited supply, do we? So I found at the flea market these vintage doilies. They were just stained and jammed up and tattered, and I brought them home and very carefully cleaned them, and then I removed the crocheted roses off of them, and they are just so beautiful. Now I'm going to have, I think there's like 13 kits that has this lighter pink rose, and there's 10 that has this little variegated pink rose. You guys, both of them are beautiful, so I'll have both of those in there. So this little rose would tack right on right there like the bunny is holding it. I'm not going to glue this on because I have to save every one that I have for your kits, but right there. And this is the beautiful little variegated one as well. They are so vintagey, cottage chic, gorgeous. I just absolutely love that. So I think to finish this project off, of course, let me grab my glitter. Okay, getting out a little bit of glitter here. When I did the Hello Spring Robin, I didn't add any glitter to that project. And one of my subscribers, Tam Tim, said, I was waiting for the glitter finale. And so I didn't want to disappoint today. We need a little bit of glitter here. How about in the ears? I think that's a good little spot for some glitter. You know, everything's just better with a little bit of sparkle, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed this Easter tag project as much as I love sharing it with you. This tag is so cute to tuck inside a spring journal, tie to the branch of an Easter tree, or I'm going to tie mine to an Easter basket. So thank you, everyone. I love you. And to my favorite future crafters, Chris and Maddie, sweet dreams. And I'll see you on our next crafting project.